So in the last class we discussed about acquisition process and libraries, right? Now moving on with that, today we are going to discuss about technical processing. So we all know that what is the role of technical section? Classification and cataloging. That is the primary role of technical section. So we will give a I'm not going to discuss about the classification code or classification schemes and cataloging codes, but I am going to tell you the process of technical section. Okay, because in the first year itself we learned about the different classification schemes and different types of catalogs, right? So I am going to show the function of technical section in libraries. Okay, so the primary function is classification and cataloging of documents in accordance with the chosen scheme of classification. So depending upon our university uses DDC scheme, okay, and Banaras Indian University uses colon classification. So depending upon the chosen scheme of classification and the cataloging. Sometimes some university prefers AACR2 or some university prefers some libraries prefer triple C or something. Depending upon the classification scheme and cataloging codes, the technical section of the libraries will work. The primary role is classification and cataloging. Okay, remember that. So what is the need for technical processing? Why do we need to have technical processing? Because every day there are lots of information coming out. So when you see Web of Science, the core collection database is updated every week, right? We saw that means every day there is new research, and every day they are updating, every week they are updating. That means new information is coming out every day, and yeah, and it is produced in large number of documents, different document types. One is in book, one is in journal, one is in review, every large number of documents. And it is difficult if you store all the resources line by line or in a common way. So technical processing is very essential because complexity in subject specialization coupled with interdisciplinary nature of information. Because as I told, we are using statistics in library science. Bibliometrics is a combination of statistics as well as bibliography, which is a part of library science. So it is an interdisciplinary, right? It is not purely library science, it is not purely statistics. It is an interdisciplinary research, right? So what happens is when lots of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary research coming out, so when we are not grouping it and when we are not classifying it properly, it will be difficult for the users to retrieve it. So hence technical processing is very much required. So when you group the subject according to certain specialization, when you group the books or documents according to certain subjects in certain order, it will be effective. It will save the time as well, right? So that is the primary need for technical processing. Cataloging is for efficient retrieval. And the OPAC, they can search by title, author and everything. The manual card, they can search by added entry, main entries, right? So they are essential. So so before every work, in the acquisition section also I told you that planning and procedure is very important. Similarly for this section also, planning is very important, right? So when the book is coming to the technical section means what is the meaning? Acquiring process have finished. Acquiring, what is the meaning of acquiring process? They have selected, they have purchased, they have accessioned. So all the work has been finished. Now they are transferring the books from acquisition section to technical section. Remember like that, okay? Acquisition process is finished. Accession is finished. Now they are going to carry out the technical section. Okay. See, Ranganathan has suggested that especially in large libraries. So university library is very large, okay? In large library, it will be a good policy to prepare at least 2 copies of catalog, okay? So Ranganathan is saying that it is essential, it will be good, advisable to prepare 2 copies of catalog. He was talking about those manual days, okay? Don't compare this with the technical OPAC days, okay? Manual days, while writing cards, he is telling that 2 catalogs can be prepared. One is for the technical section, one is for the users. The catalog which is kept in the technical section is called as official catalog. Okay, remember that. So when you come across this name called official catalog means it is a copy of the catalog which is kept in the technical section. Okay, remember. So don't confuse this or compare this with the OPAC or computerized catalog. In the manual days, he advised technical section people to prepare two sets of catalog. One is done by the classifier, one is done by the cataloger. Okay. So the copy should be, one copy should definitely should be kept in the technical section. One copy should be kept in the kept to the users in the catalog cabinet, right? For users to search. So the copy which is kept in the technical section is called as official catalog. So I am sharing this slide only for the purpose of net examination. It will be useful. So when you come across any term called official catalog, means it is a copy catalog which is kept in the technical section. Remember like that, okay? So there are different factors in planning, right? So I told you technical section is a meticulous and a minute work. You have to do it with the utmost care. So that you should plan it properly, and these are the factors you should consider. So technical section is planned with reference to classification, cataloging, preparations of volume for public use, correction of call numbers and catalog entries, binding, classification and cataloging codes, catalog cabinet. See what are the factors? Only classification, cataloging in the in the superficial way, but inside they are doing all this work. Okay, so call number and everything they are correcting. Okay, again they are rechecking. Correcting means they are rechecking. They are preparing volume. They are sending it to the binding section. Everything they are doing, right? So apart from that, you have to consider these policy decisions also, like choice of classification scheme, catalog code, internal form, physical form of catalog, arrangement of personnel, policy regarding classification and cataloging, tools for using classification and cataloging, necessary materials and equipment. So these things, the library committee meeting, the members of the committee will decide which is classification scheme is best for our library, which cataloging code is best for our library. So some of these involve policy decision. You should finalize it. Okay, you will be an integral member along with other members of the library committee. So every organization will have a library committee. In our university also there is a library committee, and they decide it. Okay, and wherever you go there will be a library committee. They will decide for the welfare of the library, development of the library, and in that committee you as a librarian you should mention, sir, for academic library DDC is advisable. Instead of CC or UDC, DDC is advisable. Like then you can give your share, you can give your viewpoints. Okay, so based on the collective opinion they will take a decision. So you can say AICR 2 revised edition is better, or RDA is better, or Triple C is better. Whichever is good according to the nature of the library, you have to decide. So these are policy decisions. So classification. Again, I am telling you, I am not going in detail about the classification. I am just going to give an overview. I told you there are different kind of schemes of classification: DDC, UC, LC, UDC, LC. Okay, and CC colon classification. So I am just going to give you the work done in the technical section, not about the classification scheme. Okay. So what the classification? So in technical section there will be different subsection. So one section will do the classification work, one section will do the cataloging work, right? So the classification part of the technical section will do these kinds of work. What are they? They will make a preliminary survey. See, everywhere the word survey is there. Survey is used in research, survey is used everywhere in library and everywhere, because that is important. Survey means you are doing an analysis of volumes received from the accession section. I told you accession section now has transferred to technical section after accessioning the books. That means accession number has been entered, which may be referred as preliminary work. So how many books they have received, how many new books they have received from the accession section, they are doing a survey to get the detailed understanding about it. And next what they will do is they will assign call numbers based on a certain scheme of classification, right? They will assign call numbers. If they are using DDC, they will assign call numbers accordingly. If they are using CC, they will assign accordingly. So this part is called as call numbering work. The first part, where you are doing an analysis of how many volumes or books received from the accession section, is called preliminary work. When you are assigning call number to each of the volumes, that is called as call numbering work. And detecting duplication, defects in volume, informing accession section, which is referred to as detection work. Sometimes sometimes the accession section might miss out instead of another book, they will send the same book itself. Okay, and the bill will be in another title, they will send the same book, so there will be a duplication, and some in one or two books the pages will be torn or something like that. The book will be not in good condition. That is the role of the accession section to check that also. In case sometimes if they missed, even the technical section will also do this. They will do this deduction work. So when they are carrying out this part, they are called as checking duplication and defect. This is called deduction work. Okay. So checking on fourth point is they will check the assigned call numbers, which may be referred to as checking work. See, in the second, one team will one team will assign the call number. Again, finally, another team will check the call number whether this call number is right according to the scheme. So, how many process they are taking for rework? See, in order to ensure perfection. So this is the they will be segmenting into every team. So one team will do work number A, one team will do work number B, call numbering, one team will do deduction work, one team will do checking work. See how many in a large library. We are talking about large library, not in small libraries. Okay, in small libraries and in many libraries, only librarian will be there. He has to do all the work. In university and big libraries, you will be seeing there are different sections. When you go to Punjab University Library, Chandigarh, you can see this. That is a different section. Each section is it is a multi-storied building. The library is there is a four floored library. 4 floors has been separately dedicated for library alone. A separate building is there for library. It is so beautiful, and each floor has one section. I have personally visited there. It is so good, and the section is doing their work like this only. Okay. And now we are going to, so these are the 4 primary work done by the classification department of the technical section. Remember that. Now we are going to the cataloging department of the technical section. So what they do is they sort the volumes according to cataloging popularities. So what do you say? Again, they will do the preliminary work. Okay. According to cataloging peculiarities, they will do based on the cataloging peculiarities, whether ASER or Triple C, based on that, they will first, whatever section it is, they have to do the preliminary work. And then they will write. Now we are, remember this, we are talking about the manual era, not the technological opaque. Okay, don't confuse this with opaque. I am just in the B point, they are saying that writing out the fresh catalog cards, because cataloging work those days are very hectic, right? They have to write out manually. For a single title, you have to write many entries which is approached by the author, right? Added entry, main entry, subject entry, whatever entries, cross reference entry, whatever entries are there, they have to write it. So fresh catalog cards, they will write it. This work is called as fresh card writing work. And now they will make the necessary entries in the catalog card which is already existing. That means sometimes there will be similar books. So if you are providing cross reference means, when you are adding new books means, they will again add some new entries to the existing entry of cards. This work is called as card consolidation work. See how many works they are carrying out during the manual section. And dealing with the volumes, raising difficulties in cataloging. This is referred to as refractory cases work. In some volumes you might find difficult to catalog. So they will sort out this volume, and when you are doing that, that is called refractory cases work. So they are naming this. So please understand these names also. Sometimes they might ask in what do you say, net examination. Refractory case work comes under which section of the library? What will you say? It will be in technical section. That too, especially in cataloging, right? So remember this. These names will be useful for you. So and then the fifth point is they will check the catalog card, again checking work, and finally they will type cataloging slips. So they have to type slips. For that, user have to retrieve, right? So that is typing work. So this will not be done by single person. So for every work they will allot person. That's why I told you the planning, personal and procedure and planning is very important. You have to allot specific person for it as a librarian. The work related to the third is work related to, we have seen classification, cataloging, right? Now we are going to see the work related to preparing the volumes. So what they will do is noting the accession number or the call number, as the case may be, in the card numbering work. Okay, so they will make a note of the accession number or the call number, whatever the case it is. This work is called as card numbering. Okay, and then making the volumes fit for use by cutting open, stamping, fixing the data label, tag, etc. They are preparing the book. They are preparing the volume for library usage, for the usage by the users. So before directly after purchasing, you cannot keep it in the rack. You have to do all this work. You have to classify, you have to catalog, and now you have to prepare. What are they preparing? They are opening the book. They are opening the book. They are entering the seal. They will, in every book in the library you can see a seal, right? That this book belongs to this library. Like fixing they will stamp the library seal will be there. Library seal will be there in the book. That means this book belongs to this particular library. Fixing the date label, when this was purchased or when this was actioned, like that. So these kind of work are called preparation. Again, they will note the call number and accession number in different parts of volume. That means they will write the call number, or they will paste the call number in between the book in certain pages also. Okay, in case of loss of data, they can retrieve. If the if you are printing barcode in the first page, means if sometimes if the barcode is torn, means you cannot identify the number. Sometimes in that case they will write in different pages of the book. They will note it in different pages of the book. So these are called volume numbers work. Again, they will sort the prepared volumes into sequence, arranging them. They will arrange into particular sequence. Okay, so this is called arranging work. See how many works they are carrying out. Now the fourth duty is they are correction of call numbers and catalog entries. Again, what do you say? The classification section and the cataloging section have assigned a class number. What do you say? Call numbers, and cataloging section has provided with what do you call cataloging entries. Now they are going to check it. Another team will check it. Okay, collecting the volumes to be corrected on their main cards and their first impression in the main slip. Again, they will do a preliminary work. Whether the card entered from the cataloging section is correct, whether we need to do any changes, they will check it. That is preliminary work. Reclassifying the volumes. In case they will reclassify it again, that is reclassifying work. Carrying out the correction in the first impression slips. In case of any correction in the slips provided by the cataloging section, they will check out. In case of correction, they will carry out. First they are checking, that is preliminary, and they are doing correction, that is first impression slips work. So this is the definition actually. So this is the definition, this is the title. Carrying out the correction in all other cards, X and slips, that is correction completing. Again, after doing all the corrections, they will reinsert it. Okay, this is called reinsert. They will again put it back, that is reinsertion. So now they will bind it. In case that if certain books, what do you say, in certain books will be very lean, and it will be very, when you use it or more than 1 or 2 times, it will tear, right? It will get damaged. In some books they will bind it, even if it is new, they will bind it for longer preservation. So the binding work, again after doing this, certain books they will send it to the binding section. Again they will examine what they will do binding section. They will examine the call numbers of the volume selected for binding to see if they require any revision. They just randomly don't bind. Again they will check. The binding department again will check before binding. They will check, whether this is the correct call number or whether this is the correct code or not. See how many work they are doing. The same call number, it has been examined more than 3 to 4 times, so that duplication is avoided, so that mistakes is avoided. So how many times? Because because it is manual, right? There is many chances of errors, right? Because large number of work is there will be prone to human error. So if you cross check like this, if every department checks like this, the error will be minimized. That is the main idea behind this. Again they will prepare instruction for tooling. So binding slip preparation and transmitting the volumes and slips to the binding section. Okay, so binding books transmitting. So these are the books that requires binding. So they will transmit and they will prepare a slip for that, and they will transfer to the binding section. Okay. Again, classification and cataloging codes. Again, now in case this is what they will do is, when DDC, for example, that library was using DDC 23rd edition, now we are using. Similarly, next year 24th edition comes out, means we have to modify. We cannot still use the 23. Okay, so we are carrying out the amendments arrived in the course of week, as the case may be. So binding monthly statements of correct and up to date. We have to be up to date even in the catalog code. If you are using ASCR 2, means if there is any revised edition or other further revised edition or any new tool comes, we have to modify it. We have to change it. We should not be outdated. So this work consists of that only, right? They are updating according to the latest scheme or latest codes of classification and cataloging. So finally, we have to keep all the cards in the catalog cabinet, right? This is the work. Sorting all the cards written in a week, that is sorting work. So every week they will sort out, because when they are purchasing large number of titles, manually writing catalog card is not as easy as we think. It is very hectic. So every week they will sort out, and discussing the card with the librarian, they will again review it and transmitting the accession cards and self-registered cards to the maintenance section. Okay, and now they will insert the cards to the public catalog cabinets. That means these cards are sent to the public catalog. That means user can check this catalog for taking the books or finding out the books. Inserting catalog slips in cabinets. See how many work they are carrying out. Okay. So these are the different section of works performed in the technical section or the technical processing. So this is an image. In earlier days, it will be like this. Now also it's like this only. Most of the time, but now you won't see book slips and all. In my library I use these things actually. See, this is a book slip. This is a book packet. Okay, we call it as book packet. Okay, what is this? See, there is a shape like this. This is a shape like this. That means the user will have a library card or accession number card. Okay, the book access number card. We will insert that. Okay, we will insert that. Manually, users will have a library card. And in that library card also there will be a space like this for inserting accession card. That means this user has taken this book. When they are returning the book, we will take the accession card and we will insert this into the book. When again if the book is issued, we will take this from the book and we will insert in the member card. So for this this book packet is useful. It is pasted at the last page. So this is verso, this is recto. So recto will be pasted in the front of the document. Verso is the end of the document. Remember this, they might ask this in the next examination question. So where verso and recto will be there, okay. Verso will be in the end of the document. Recto will be in the front of the document. This is the details about the book. This is, you see, this is verso means it will be in the back, end of the book. So here we will write or we will seal, okay, the membership ID number. In case your register number 19 mlib by s something your number, and due date. When is the due date? You have to return it on 10th September, like that. We have to write a due date. So manually we do these things only. Okay. So this is a book plate. That means in the front they will paste it. So that to ensure that this book belongs to Kerala University Library, something like that. Okay. See, these are the different pictures, different things. How many meticulous work they have carrying out. They have to print out like this, they have to type like this, and they have to print out and they have to take it and they have to paste it. How many works they are doing. So I want to show you one more thing. In in Western countries, especially in America, like unlike in India we are terming everything as librarian, right? All the duties will be carried out librarian only. But in Western countries it is not like that. The librarian will be assessed on separate skills actually. Technical service librarian, law librarian, reference librarian, okay, cataloging librarian, something like that. There are specific information literacy librarian, okay, school librarian, children librarian. Okay, there are different kinds of designations based on the nature of the work carried out by the librarian. So this is the basic. You can apply for technical service librarian. That means they will do only the technical processing work. Okay. So these are the carriers in technical service librarian. So as a technical service librarian, you should have knowledge in all these areas. So this is what I want to show you actually, because this might become useful. This might be useful. If you are in, some people might be interested only in classification cataloging. For those kind of people, this will be useful. So these are the skills you need. You need to have knowledge about acquisition, collection development principles, cataloging, classification, and what are the techniques for preservation, both print as well as electronic resources, role of archives, continuing resources. Okay, continuing resources means which are coming after a certain period of time. It is continuing, like magazines, periodical, because every month it will come, right? And preservation, archives. So as if you want to look at the career of technical service librarian, these are the skills you need to learn. Okay, so if you are having good skills in this, you can apply like this. So this is the role of the technical service librarian. And I want to show an example. This is the technical processing section of IIT Kharagpur library. See, these are the work they are carrying out. They are classifying books based on DDC latest edition and cataloging using ASCR2, and they prepare subject heading using LCSH, that is Library of Congress subject heading, and they prepare and update using Libsys 4 software, that is a LMS, library management software. Okay, this is a commercial software, not like Koha, and they generate barcode using that software itself, and they classify books as general section, textbook, SC collection, gallery, something reference. They classify books like that. So they generate list of new arrivals. So these are the, and finally what they do is they upload PhD thesis in repository. So these are the works carried out by technical section in IIT Library Kharagpur. I want to show this example because you must understand the nature how the libraries in a top institution, that too this particular section works. Okay. So this is all about technical section. Kindly go through this reference which is used to prepare this particular presentation for further clarification. Thank you, ma'am.